Hello dear viewers, I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to our yet another video on Introduction to Accounting Class 11. Today in this video we will be focusing on small yet important topics such as advantages of accounting, disadvantages of accounting, differences between bookkeeping and accounting, accounting as in science or art, and lastly we will be looking into role of accounting. First, let us study and understand more about advantages of accounting. In this particular concept, we will be studying what is the need and in what way recording of transaction is benefiting the business. Here, let us start by one. Financial information about business. Financial performance for a particular accounting period like profit earned or loss incurred can be determined with the help of systematic recording of transactions, preparing financial statements like profit and loss account, balance sheet or trial balance. With these statements, we can determine about the financial performance, about the financial position of the business. So accounting helps us to determine about the financial, understand about the financial information of business. Assistance to management. So management are the decision makers of the business. They have to plan, control and undertake various activities and decisions on daily basis, and most of their decisions are taken with the reference to and taking into consideration the accounting information of the business. Next, replaces memory. Yes, as and when the transaction, when the event has been occurred, we record that transaction. We like with the date, like purchase was made on 5th of January and particular item was sold on 6th of January. So as and when we are recording the transaction, there is no need for the proprietor to remember the transaction. Sometimes there might be a case that we may forget the date when the event had taken place or the value, the worth of the transaction. But when we are recording the transaction as and when it is taking place, there is no need to remember the transaction. It avoids the necessity to remember the transactions. Facilitates comparative study. Yes, systematic accounting enables businessmen to compare our own business results with our past results and also our information with the other entities in the industry. Facilitates settlement of tax liability. Recording of transactions helps us to understand our various tax liabilities like GST, income tax, annual returns, what need to be paid, what taxes have been cleared. With the help of maintenance of accounts, we can determine all of this. Facilitates loan. We all know that banks and other financial institutions, before lending any loan to the business, they always refer to the accounting information of that particular business and understand about the credit worthiness, about the financial information of that particular business, and so that their loan is recovered at a later date. To understand this, it helps us to take loans with the help of proper maintenance of all the records. Forecasting. So accounting helps in forecasting future performance and financial position of enterprises using past data. With the help of accounting information, we can estimate what can be our future, what more improvements can be done. We can just forecast about the future and also understand about the past data. Yes, accounting keeps you organized. As and when we record, we are organized with all the information. It backs up your tax returns. We just saw that we can understand and settle our all the tax liabilities. Accounting holds you accountable. Here it means that with the help of accounting, with the recording of transaction, we can also understand where we are accountable, to whom, how, to which creditor we have to pay how much. So all this information also can be understood with the help of recording all the transactions. It guides in decision making. Yes, we saw that various decisions can be taken keeping in mind about the accounting information, about the financial information about the business. You can measure new strategies. You need it to get investments or loans. Yes, financial institutions and banks refer to the financial statements of a particular business before granting into any loans. Without it, you are into trouble. Next one is disadvantages of accounting. Here we will study about the drawbacks of accounting. First one we will see, records only financial aspects, expresses accounting information in terms of money, and ignores qualitative elements. Yes, we have studied while identifying transactions, we identify transactions which are expressed in monetary terms only. So here the transactions which are quantified, which are expressed in value of money are taken into consideration, and qualitative elements are all ignored. Like in case the production, there was a fight in my company and the production stopped, there was loss for me, but there is no, I cannot mention in my financial statements that there was a fight and the so this loss had taken place. Yes, amount of loss we have, that is measured, but the reason for the loss, that cannot be quantified. That is what is ignored. Everything must be expressed in monetary terms. It ignores qualitative elements. Historic in nature, changes in ignores changes in price level. Yes, we always maintain chronological and as and when the transaction has taken place, we record. But here, the accounting does not take into consideration the inflation or price change. What I had bought today, maybe the price tomorrow is different, it won't be same, and but I have recorded what I had bought it for yesterday, so it does not consider the price changes in price levels. Accounting information is not fully exact, may be based upon estimates. Yes, sometimes the correct value may not be there, it may be based upon the estimates too. Manipulation of account, there may be chances that somebody can manipulate, may fraud, may error about, may bring up the error in the account, so there is possibility of manipulation of accounts. Unrealistic information based on certain accounting concepts. Yes, there are various accounting concepts, one of which is going concern concept, which always say that business never stops, it is a continuous thing. Here accounting follows such concepts, and it is sometimes believed that this accounting information is based upon unrealistic information. So these are the few disadvantages and drawbacks of accounting. Okay, our next concept will be bookkeeping versus accounting. So these both are important concepts, important terms of accounting, and knowing differences between them is very important in basics of accounting. Bookkeeping versus accounting. Bookkeeping and accounting always are used interchangeably, but these both terms look similar but are different concepts. What is this we need to understand? We'll understand with an example here. So bookkeeping, as a student, whatever the teacher is writing on the board or whatever the teacher is dictating, the student just records everything in his or her particular notebook. Here this can be termed as an bookkeeping. Accounting, what the teacher checks the book, analyzes about the student's performance, is known as accounting. What the teacher is performing is accounting, and what a student is doing is bookkeeping. Here, from the business point of view, we will know that bookkeeping is nothing but recording and classifying the transactions, and accounting is all about analyzing, interpreting and communicating the financial reports to the various users of accounting information. Let us understand more differences. Yes, here we understood that recording and classifying. Bookkeeping is all about recording. We have studied in our steps of in the process of accounting. Recording all the transactions is done in a book called journal, and classifying is nothing but classifying the transactions of similar nature and posting them in ledger. This work is done in bookkeeping. And in accounting, summarize, analyze and interpret. Here summarizing is nothing but preparation of financial statements, trial balance, profit and loss account, balance sheet, and analyze and take decisions and interpret the result from those accounting information. This is the meaning, this is the activities carried out in bookkeeping and in accounting. Next, who is performing which task? So here junior staff like clerks perform the task like bookkeeping, but for accounting we need professionals to perform this particular task. Next stage, this is the primary stage. Yes, very obvious. We can analyze, summarize the transaction, prepare the financial statements when we record. For the first step is to record the transaction. So this is the primary stage. When we record and classify, then only we can summarize and analyze those transactions. So bookkeeping is the first stage and accounting is the second stage. We see here, it begins where bookkeeping ends. This is very important. Accounting begins where bookkeeping ends. Next, does not require any special skill. Just to record the transactions, we do not require any special skill. In accounting, we require special skill because we have to prepare various financial statements. We have to analyze and take various decisions, interpret the results out of it, understand about the presentability of a statement, how the business is working. We have depends upon the accounting. So accounting requires skills and bookkeeping does not require any special skills as such. Okay, our next topic, an interesting topic we are studying, is accounting and art or science. So there are various opinions by different accountants, like some believe it is a science and some say it is a art, but accounting is an art as well as science. Let us find out how is an accounting an art and how it is a science. So first, why an accounting is an art? Accounting is an art because it is an art of recording, classifying and summarizing the financial transactions. And why accounting is a science? Because uh, science follows a systematic and organized path to understand economic status of entity. There are various steps like observation, study, practice, investigation, and science is an organized knowledge based on certain basic principles. And accounting is also science because it is also based upon certain principles. Accounting is followed, is organized and based upon certain principles. So it is believed that accounting is an art and as well as science. Okay, our last topic for the day is role of accounting. What are the roles played by accounting? First, it is accounting is the language of business which is used to communicate the information. Yes, we studied that accounting is the language of business. It communicates the report of business about the financial position of business to various external and internal users of accounting information. Next, maintenance of systematic records, ascertain net profit loss and financial position. We also studied that accounting helps us to maintain all the transaction as and when the event has been taken place in the monetary value, and we can prepare various financial statements and ascertain about the net profit and loss and financial position. Assistance to management in taking various informed decision, facilitates comparative study. Evidence in court, here this point is different. Here evidence in court in the sense that in case a business is in some trouble and the matter is taken to the court, and here, based upon the accounting information, based upon our financial statements, all the record of transactions we have done all this year, we can prove ourselves correct by showing the all true and fair view of our transactions. So accounting, maintenance of accounting helps plays as an evidence in the court believes to the recording transactions, accounting statements. Next, helps in remembering business transaction. We need not to remember every transaction, just recording the transaction avoids the necessity to remember all the transactions. Helps in raising loans. We studied that various financial institutions, banks refer to the financial statements before granting or lending any loans. So one of the role of accounting is that it helps us to raise loans from various institutions. Helps in settlement. Help in settlement for us to if we are in due to pay our creditors or any tax liabilities, it helps us in such way. So these are various roles of accounting. In such ways, we have studied few of these points in our advantages of accounting too. So today we have covered topics such as advantages and disadvantages of accounting. Next, we studied about is bookkeeping. Yes, differences between bookkeeping and accounting. We studied about is accounting is an art or science, and then at last we studied about role of accounting. So this is it for today's video. If you have any doubts regarding any of the concept, please feel free to post your comments and we will surely clear all your doubts to the earliest. Until then, signing off. Happy learning.